Hey guys, Chatuk over here. Let's get straight into the market outlook and what we're actually looking at for the short term. To understand where Bitcoin is going, we have to look at the three tools driving the price. I'll put the definitions on the screen. Pause you need some technicals, but here's a high level reality. First, we have spot. This is the cash market, real ownership, no leverage. This is where foundation is built. Next, we have the perpetual futures market. This is where the speculations happens. Inside bursts, we've got USDM, which is subtle and stable and usually retail heavy, and CoinM, which is crypto margin and favored by the whales and long-term OGs. There's also an option markets for hedging and volatility, but we're going to ignore that for today. I'll do a separate deep dive on that later. Alright, let's look at the data, shall we? We're starting with the spot market. Check out this yellow line. This is the CVD or cumulative volume delta. Think of it as a scoreboard for aggressive buying versus aggressive selling. Since it's our first time mentioning it, positive CVD means net buying pressure and negative means selling pressure. Simple enough, right? Notice the disconnection here. While Bitcoin's chopping sideways between 63k and 76k, the CVD is essentially flat. Historically, a healthy accumulation phase requires CVD to grind higher while price stays sideways. Right now, spot is muted. There's no urgency, so don't expect the cash market to ignite anything major in the immediate short term. Now, look at the USDM. Remember open interest, OI? It's just the total number of active contracts in the market. In my last video, I pointed out that traders were trying to long the dips. You can see it right here. Rising OI, the rising CVD, and the price follow. It happened again here, another jump, another pump, but both of these attempts failed. Why? Look at the spot chart at the same time. While the perp traders were trying to force a move, spot buyers stay on the sidelines. They didn't want any part of it. When leverage tries to lead without spot backing it up, the move is never sustainable. That's why we got rejected twice at that 76k resistance. Since then, both OI and CVD have gone neutral. The market is just waiting for a setup that actually has some weight behind it. The CoinM market confirms the story. It's been completely muted for weeks. When all three markets are pointing to the same conclusion, I personally don't expect anything drastic in the coming days. Honestly, a move like this is the most probable path. Bitcoin likely grinds lower to fit a wick around 63k before it has enough structure to grind higher later. The macro plan hasn't changed, but short term, we're likely just looking at noise until the new data arrives. That wraps up the Bitcoin outlook. In the next video, I'm shifting to alts. We're going to talk about money rotation, how capital moves from Bitcoin to Ethereum, BNB, and Solana. Is Bitcoin going to keep the spotlight, or are we finally entering the real altcoin season? I'll show you the exact signals I used to spot that rotation before it happened. Alright? Catch you in the next one. Stay disciplined, guys.